Hi, I'm Cheryl. I won a date with you in the charity auction last night.
Hey, Cheryl. Thanks for helping the animal shelter with this fundraiser.
Listen, I should let you in on a little secret. I've never done this before.
What? Been on a date?
I've never paid for a guy's company. Oh my god, that's not what I meant to say either.
It's okay. I know what you mean. This is your first time bidding on a date. And don't worry, I feel strange about it too. I don't usually get auctioned off like this. My friends usually have to fix me up.
Really? I would think that a rich guy would have women knocking down his door.
Dave slumps back in his chair at his home office desk. It sure didn't take Cheryl long to mention the fortune he made from developing a music app. Sometimes he misses the days when he was anonymous. Back then, he didn't have to wonder if a woman liked him just for the money. But who is he kidding? A techie like him never had a magic touch with girls anyway.
That comment didn't come out the right way either. Can I get a do-over?
No worries. You can have as many tries as you need.
I'm glad you're okay with second tries.
What do you mean?
Well, I have another confession.
She sends Dave a selfie. Dave's pulse sparks and whirls. He's completely smitten at first sight. Cheryl has honey-colored hair, hazel eyes, and a soft, shy smile. And she looks very familiar.
Wait, Cheryl Johnson?
Yeah, it's me. Your bad date from 2 months ago. Hi again, Dave.
Dave groans. He and Cheryl had the most torturous date ever. The night started out with a spark when he first saw her, but boy, did it fizzle fast. Even though mutual friends set them up, Cheryl and he were beyond incompatible. She was champagne, and he was beer. And not just in their choice of drink. Cheryl talked about her sophistication constantly. Her high-powered marketing consultant job, her love of fancy food, and snobby wine. The night was never ending. Dave was sure they were both relieved when the date was finally over. So why would she want more of that torment? He doesn't want to assume it's about his money. But as he looks at her pic again, his heart sinks. A beautiful girl and a techie like him? It's gotta be about the money.
I bet you're wondering why I bid on you at the auction.
Kind of. Truthfully, I thought you were more into the waiter at the restaurant. You really hit it off when you were speaking French together.
Ugh, I'm so sorry about that. I swear I was interested in everything you had to say, even though I talked so much that you barely got a word in.
Dave lets out a sigh of relief. At least she noticed her incessant talking.
Dave, I really need to erase that bad date from my mind. And I think I need to do that by rewriting it all together. Would you let me do that? For the sake of charity?
Dave sighs. Another round of high-maintenance dating. But what the heck? It's for charity. Later that night, Dave puts on a nice suit and drives a rented fancy sports car to Cheryl's apartment. Of course he'd prefer the old Mustang he's owned since high school. But Cheryl would probably turn her nose up at the sight of it. He knocks on her door, and Cheryl opens it. She's wearing a simple black dress, and bam! Dave's heart crashes, setting off sparks inside of him.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Cheryl blushes furiously and shrugs. Dave is taken aback. She doesn't seem high maintenance so far.
I made reservations at L'Auberge Bleu, just like last time.
Oh, okay.
Now she seems disappointed. Dave's heart sinks again. Here comes the high maintenance.
Can I be honest?
Sure.
Fancy restaurants make me squirm.
They do?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciated it when you took me to that French restaurant, but I'm more of a casual dining kind of girl. I was only acting like someone who loved foie gras and coq au vin.
Wow. Seriously? Fancy isn't really my thing either. I like to eat at food trucks.
Cheryl smiles.
Me too! One of my favorite taco trucks usually sets up around the corner. Do you want to try it?
Absolutely.
They leave behind the fancy car and walk. After they get their tacos, Cheryl hungrily digs into hers.
You didn't have this kind of appetite on our date. You ate like a bird at the French restaurant.
Cheryl laughs.
I'm more relaxed out here in the wild.
I can't believe that all I had to do was take you to a taco truck.
Cheryl laughs again.
Trust me, taco trucks are much less intimidating than you.
You think I'm intimidating? I'm the least intimidating guy in the world.
Right, Mr. Millionaire before the age of 25. Your app is famous. I felt completely out of my league when I found out I'd been set up with you.
Dave shakes his head.
Trust me, the nerdy computer engineering does not make me impressive. Not with women, anyway. It's usually just the money that makes everyone think I'm someone I'm not.
Cheryl stops eating.
But if you didn't want me to get the wrong impression of your money, why didn't you just take me to a diner on our first date?
Because even when I was in high school, I took the girls I liked to nice restaurants. That's what I do when I want to impress someone.
Wait, you wanted to impress me? Before our date even started?
Dave's heart starts beating soundly again.
Yeah. The moment my friend texted me your picture, I wanted the date to work. But we know how it turned out.
Yeah, we know.
Cheryl's tone is wistful. What would have happened if both of them had only been themselves that night? As Dave looks into Cheryl's eyes, he sees something like hope there. Then he sees a smear of salsa on her cheek. He impulsively uses his thumb to wipe the sauce off. He holds his breath, waiting to see what she'll do. And then Cheryl smiles. His heart flips.
On our first date, I was trying so hard to impress a rich guy. I wanted to act sophisticated and worldly, so I brushed up on my high school French. I showed it off by talking to that waiter, and then I babbled about everything I knew about wine and fancy food. But by the time I realized you were bored to death, it was too late. I just kept digging myself in deeper and deeper, and you were so gentlemanly about everything. That made me like you even more.
Dave's face falls.
I'm so sorry I misjudged you.
Cheryl shrugs again.
It sounds like we both assumed things about each other. I'm sorry, too.
Then Cheryl sighs.
Now you know the real reason I bought a date with you at that auction. I did need a do-over, but not just for me. For you. So you could finally see the real me.
Sparks seem to fill the air as they watch each other. Cheryl still has some salsa on her face. But Dave always wanted someone who's a little bit messy. He slowly wipes off the rest of the sauce.
If I'd known all of this, I wouldn't have rented that fancy car tonight. I actually still drive the same beat-up Mustang convertible I've had for years.
A vintage convertible? Cool. Can we go for a ride in it?
Cheryl, I'll take you anywhere you want to go.
For the rest of the night, they cruise around in Dave's own car, laughing with the top down. They park and then stroll around the quiet streets. Cheryl asks all about his work. They talk about vintage music and their favorite greasy foods. After midnight, they finally arrive at Cheryl's doorstep. They look at each other for a long moment. Then Cheryl awkwardly holds out her hand for a handshake, just like she did the night of their first date. Dave's heart drops. Did he misinterpret everything? No, he's not going to believe that this time. So he takes Cheryl's hand in his. Electricity rushes through him. When she gasps, he's sure she feels it too.
We ended the first date on a handshake.
Yes, we did.
Dave gently pulls her closer.
Can I have a do-over?
Her smile heats him from his head to his toes.
Dave, you can have as many tries as you need.
Dave brings her in for a long, hot kiss. And they keep doing that over, even though they got it absolutely right the very first time.